PA 26411 is the Performance Automatic Super Servo. Now, once you get it out of the box, you have 3 seals, cover gasket, the cover itself, and the piston. One of the first things you need to do is to install the seals onto the piston. Smaller seal goes on the smaller area of the piston, and the lip must face out of the piston this way. The opposite is true with this one. This lip faces in the opposite direction. This lip faces this way, this lip faces this way. The next thing you need to do is to change your servo rod from your old servo that you took out of the transmission. And you do need a special set of snap ring pliers to do that, to remove the clip. So we'll put this one on here. Okay, this is ready to go. Next we'll set up the cover. The cover gets this outer O-ring and the gasket. The gasket is best held on with some heavy grease that you may have laying around the shop. That'll keep the gasket in position and prevent it from moving while we're doing the installation. In order to install the piston into the cover, and that's how we're going to put it all in, is some STP or transmission fluid around this cover, around the piston, will help with the installation. We'll put some STP on this seal, and actually before we put this together we'll put some grease here and hold the gasket in place. Once it's together, we'll STP the entire outer surface. We'll set this aside a second while we install the hardware into the case. We'll install the hardware into the case. The servo kit comes with 4 long studs. The reason we supply these studs is that they have a deeper reach inside the case. And if the threads are a little worn out on the outside, this will hold better. So we've already put the other 3 in. We'll put these in all the way until they bottom out. Now it's time to install the servo into the case itself. Obviously we have the transmission on the bench and it's much easier to do on the bench. It can be done in the vehicle, but it is rather difficult because of space constraints and being upside down. But you do have to have the pan and the valve body out, because when the servo is taken out, the struts for the band usually fall out also. So it's best to have the pan and valve body out of the transmission, and it's even better to have it on the bench. We have it on the bench because it's easy to see. We have great light and we can show you how it's done. Alright, let's install it now. We're going to take the spring that we took out of the transmission, or originally came out of that hole. We're going to place it in. We're going to take the servo and we're going to line it up. The most difficult part about putting the servo in is we have to collapse this outer seal a little bit. But that's not really that hard. A little pressure down till the seal contacts the case. We'll just take a pick or a small screwdriver and collapse the seal in a little bit. You can STP the case a little, that'll help, but we're just going to collapse it in a little bit like this, and then give it a little tug and it goes right in. Tighten the 4 nuts down equally. Proper torque on these is anywhere between 16 and 20 foot-pounds on the nuts. Torque those down properly, reset the band struts inside, readjust the band, put the valve body back in and the pan on, and then you're done.